Wait, did TOUGEN Anki just turn a stormy night into the most chaotic sleepover ever? And who would have guessed that putting, not ancient rivalries or monstrous powers, would almost trigger a full-blown clash? Buckle up, because episode 12 sheds the blood-soaked tension for a night of rain, curry, and ridiculous team building at Resetsu Academy. But the cracks in everyone's armor are showing. Let's recap everything, dig deep into what makes these demon kids tick, and unravel the subtle twists that set the stage for Tokyo. The episode kicks off with a sense of unease and tension. Through the poetic opening monologue, we're reminded these students survive on borrowed time. Their days are soaked in blood, tangled in unease. We catch hints that their camaraderie is fragile. Just a glance can signal conflict or comfort. They're not just classmates at a school. They're young warriors thrust into a world of violence and despair, dreaming of escape and redemption, so far from who I was. The scene sets up the day of the storm, establishing this as an episode all about strange weather, obligatory drills, and emotional storms brewing inside. After another brutal round of classes from Professor Muda, he's a real ogre, the students gather for some rare downtime. But peace is short-lived. A blaring evacuation drill forces everyone into the gym. Muda's not sugar-coating it. Eat if you can't act as a unit in chaos. You're useless to any fighting force. There's a subtle warning here. Nothing at Resetsu Academy is ever just what it seems. Trapped together and stuck till morning. The group is low, key suspicious. The storm feels ominous, and the drill could easily be a cover for something more sinister. But then, anime logic kicks in. What should have been a tense lock turns quickly into a food-fueled farce. The kids squabble over dinner, suspecting the pot of curry might explode. Boom. And try to play off their nerves with jokes. It's all giggles and bickering, but these scenes are brilliant for showing the cast's actual personalities. We get mini bios for everyone. Shiki hates green food but loves meat. Homer's obsessed with bean sprouts, just not leftovers. Jin pretends not to mind spicy food even though he's dying inside, and Rokuro's anxiety literally makes him sick if he's riled up. Queena's a hopeless romantic, fixated on Rokuro with some truly unhinged energy. Her willingness to trade all her putting just to score points with him is peak adolescent madness. War. The dinner chaos reaches fever pitch over the last pudding. What starts as friendly teasing escalates into actual attacks. Yes, that's right. Blood powers flicker as Jin and Homer nearly duke it out. Blood eclipse release. Echoes in the gym. All because someone can't let go of dessert. But Professor Muda steps in, snatching the pudding and laying down the law. Anyone who leaves the gym for any reason is expelled. They're forbidden from fighting and damaging academy property or trying to sneak out. It's classic TOUGEN Anki, humor meets razor edge. Even jokes in food competitions can snap into real threats. Once things cool off, the group tries, and mostly fails, to bond. Quina pushes for love talk, but only if it's about Rokuro, sending him into a spiral of awkward denial. The kids vote to split up for sleep, guys on one side, girls on the other. Juji, the self-confessed pervert, laments that something should happen. If this were a story, drawing groans and disgust from his classmates. Ikari, the no-nonsense girl, sets her boundaries. No dirty jokes, no relationships till age 20. But it's in these moments, stripped of all demon, war bravado, that the cast feels most alive and vulnerable. The boys launch into ghost stories, a staple of Japanese school sleepovers, exposing who's brave and who's absolutely not. Shiki is revealed to be hilariously terrified of supernatural stuff, his weakness clear when he practically screams at the mention of mountain pass spirits. The cast's mix of banter, secrets, and shared trauma emerges. Rokuro's haunted by Sazanami's obsessive attention. Juji's expectations are crushed, and others reflect on how safety and friendship are luxuries they still can't fully trust. Behind the scenes, the teachers are monitoring everything. Muda meets with Nato, the principal, to verify the storm hasn't let in any actual threat. Their talk is nuanced. They want the students to relax and grow close. Var. But both adults agree. Every kid in the gym carries a heavy personal history. A pain that landed them in Resetsu instead of a normal school. That's why forced drills and downtime matter. They're supposed to help forge new bonds. It's easier said than done, though, and most of this team building ends up in teasing or arguments, not heartwarming revelations. In parallel, we get a flash of outside intrigue, a call about the Kyoto base being out of action, signaling to both viewers and characters that their recent traumas still echo. This next move, the upcoming field exercise, won't be easy. Muda warns, "I'm holding back enough that no one dies," a chilling reminder of the dangers waiting for these students. The night deepens, and the ghost stories culminate in a prank that goes sideways. Someone, probably Jin or Juji, tries to spook Shiki a little, but he's so petrified that his blood demon powers nearly spiral out of control. Instead of lashing out, the teachers decide to let the kids think it was just a bad dream. It's a soft, almost parental kind of moment, suggesting that these children's trauma and power must be managed, not just tested. As morning comes, we get a reflective, almost melancholy closing. The storm subsides, the kids wake feeling like I had a really awful dream. There's a subtle but meaningful twist here. The episode was lighthearted but never truly safe, the threat of loneliness and unresolved pain always hanging in the air. Just as everyone settles in, Professor Muda breaks the spell. An immediate new field exercise is coming. The next destination, Tokyo. It's a promise. Comical lull in the gym was just a breather. The fight against enemies, both internal and external, continues. So, what's the real takeaway from episode 12? On the surface, it was a filler episode, a stormy night, a forced sleepover, a ridiculous pudding brawl. But if you pay attention, there's a deeper story of trauma, connection, and the struggle to act like teammates in a world designed to push them apart. Every food fight and silly ghost prank is a mask for pain, anxiety, and longing for normalcy. Shiki, Rokuro, Jin, Kuina, and the rest are all still incomplete, as the haunting lyrics say, but through their bickering, jokes, and little acts of kindness. They inch closer to real belonging. The episode ends with the promise of Tokyo. After all the fighting, drills, monsters, and close calls, will Resetsu's students finally come together? Or will their differences split them apart right when they need each other most? If you enjoyed this deep dive into TOUGEN ANKI episode 12, hit that like button, share with your fellow anime fans, and drop your thoughts or favorite moments in the comments below, especially if you would actually start a brawl for pudding. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic recaps and ending explanations. See you at the Tokyo arc.